Welcome everybody to the stream. Thank you for passing by. If you're new here, my name is Jose. I'm a Yondang in Kendo, and today we're doing a live stream on Kendo. So, welcome to the stream. Please let me know if you're here. You can just let me know by typing in the chat that you're here. Let me just set up my chat. Okay, let me say, please say hello. So I know you're here. Okay, guys, let me tell you what the plan is for today. First of all, let me say I made it to 1,000 subscribers here on YouTube. I think it's legit because the number hasn't moved. Normally it moves up and down a little bit, but it hasn't gone below 1K. So I'm really happy for that. Thank you very much for everybody that has subscribed. If you haven't, please just hit that button. And if you could please give me a like on the stream. I think it gets pushed out to more people once it gets a like, so I'll appreciate that. Let me know how your Kendo week has gone, how everything you have done, for your Kendo, for yourself. Maybe any workout exercises, practices, either Zoom or live practices. That will be interesting for me to know. Thank you, Jan. Thank you for the congrats. We made it. So the plan today, I have a couple of things that I kind of want to discuss with you guys. I want to talk a little bit about practice floor. Also, I want to talk a little bit about sore handling. And I have a funny video. I mean, it's kind of funny and it's kind of sad at the same time. Hope you guys enjoy it. But then at the end, I kind of want to just go, of course, show some Kendo videos today, what I prepare. It's from Teramoto Sensei's. I have a Nippon compilation and a full match that I think they're very good examples of his Kendo. I think, there are many stars, there are many Kendo, very successful Kendoka that have their own Kendo, and I think he's one of them. So yeah, I think we'll have fun analyzing it. So Pokemon, you said, well, good evening from Netherlands. Thank you very much for passing by. Thank you for the congratulations. Did I celebrate with 1,000 Suburi? Well, that's kind of like regular type of thing. No? Maybe? No, I didn't celebrate with 1,000 Suburi. I did celebrate, I guess, thinking about all the ways that I'm going to keep improving the content and all the things that I'm some of the ideas that I have. And I'll tell you the plan for the Shiai giveaway. I'm gonna ask you, please, can you hit me with a like on the stream? See if I can get this video pushed out to more people. I think that's how YouTube does it. I think maybe that's one of the reasons why it doesn't send the notifications, because maybe I don't have enough interaction. So if you can hit the like, I think that would be very appreciated and very useful. Theo, welcome to the chat. Pokemon, as for training, you picked up on 100 Suburi a day on every day upping the amount. I'll give you some tips from my personal experience, if you don't mind. And Arno, hello, for the first time in most of the year in your dojo in Mexico. You could use against your men and kote. We didn't have yet Jigeiko, but it will happen soon. So Arno, let me know, how are you handling getting back into the Jigeiko? The way I did it so far, especially because, of course, in the dojo we have different ages and different, skill level when it comes to, breath management, energy management, and so on. So I want to be very careful, especially for the people that haven't been moving too much for a while. So when I started integrating keiko, what I did is at first we did 2-minute keiko, and then we did 2-minute break, and then shortening the break, and now we are no break between keikos and increasing the time. So that's how I've been handling it. And of course, I tell everybody, please, if you don't feel good, if you need to stop, just stop. That's it. That's been my technique when it comes to keiko. So now keiko mostly are 15 minutes in total, depending how many people go, because we do a rotation. We're doing right now 1 rotation. So I want to get it where we increase a little bit of the time. And when it comes to practice, we do no bogu practice first, of course, like the warm-ups, and we do Suburi and Ashabaki footwork. Then we do different types of suburi. We go into a little bit, now we're getting a little bit more active, so we're doing a little bit of uchikomi, but we're also doing kihon, and then at the end we do jigeiko. So for myself, what I started doing is that at the end of all that, I'll do like one round of kakarigeiko and kirikaeshi, but then everybody's been kind of motivated to do it, so they've been catching on. So now the thing is for everybody to do at least one kakarigeiko at the end and one set of kirikaeshi. So I'm very happy everybody, is pushing themselves at their own pace. But I don't know, I'm very happy for you that you're being able to get back into full bogu. That's actually amazing. So Pokemon, you said that no, not Pokemon. Who was it? Yeah, Pokemon. That you started doing 100 suburi a day and started, like you're upping the number. One thing that I started doing back, when this whole thing started, is that I realized that for me just to do suburi, just stay there with suburi. At one point when it came to like the days, it started getting boring. So what I did personally, I started breaking it down in sets of different types of suburi, and in each set I will practice one specific thing. So I will do, for example, just regular ikkyo-domen, so like one cut and back to kamae. Then I'll do forward and backwards. I'll do sayumen. I'll do kotemen do, like I start varying it, so I will keep myself entertained, for lack of a better word, right? And focus on working on one specific thing. And I always felt like I was actually more focused and more into it, as if I was just, okay, I'm gonna do 1,000 suburi. Because even for me, like I suck at counting sometimes. So when I'm doing like long numbers like that, I'll probably end up doing like way more, or maybe less. I don't know. So I kind of I just divide it into sets, and I will switch suburi, or type of suburi between each set. That has been my technique to help me stay motivated on doing the suburi, doing it every day, and to do more and to study specific elements. So I don't know. Let me know what you think. Let me know if that's something that would be helpful for you, or how have you done it? I think that's interesting too. Oh, you've been doing that. Okay, cool, nice, awesome. Another thing, like, what about, can you do like full hayasuburi inside of your house or where you practice? I think that's also interesting. Tell me, guys, do you guys prefer to do 100 hayasuburi or 100 regular suburi? Tell me what's your preference? I personally like doing the hayasuburi. I mean, I prefer doing the hayasuburi, but I like doing the regular suburi for learning reasons. Hayasuburi, I also have to focus and make sure that I do all the cuts and everything, proper. But if I had to do like 100 suburi like as a punishment, or 100 regular suburi, I'll take the hayasuburi all day. I think just get it over with. So let me tell you, I don't know if you can see, hold on. Oh no, you cannot see. Let me look at my camera. You cannot see, but if you look behind me, hold on, make sure I have nothing. If you look behind me, look at that. I think I have a problem. So I've been taking out all the shinais that I have, like whether they are like broken, whether they are like like mixed match or brand new. I actually have more than that actually. The new ones are not there, but I'm doing that because, as you know, for a celebration, as a thank you for everybody that's been subscribed to the channel, or anybody subscribing to the channel, I want to give away 3 of the small indoor practice shinai. It's like this. It would be without the weight, obviously, because I don't have the weights. I only have this one, and I'm not giving this one away. But this will pretty much be what I'll be sending. And I'm gonna make 3 of them. So the plan for this is going to be that I'm going to make one that I think, let me see if you can see it in here. Oh yeah, you can see it. Okay, So if you see, I'm gonna make the first one. I'm gonna make a video on how I make it, just for anybody that would like to make their own that they don't get one. But then I'm also going to do the giveaway on a live stream. So I'm going to obviously use some of those shinais that I put out here in order to make the remaining two, and I want to make them live. Melvin, welcome to the stream. Thank you for passing by and saying hello. I'm talking about the giveaway for the 1000 celebration subscribers. Anyway, so I'm going to make the last two live because I kind of would like for everybody that's involved in this, maybe giving me some like request or something special I could do for the shinai. Maybe I can like, you know, help you choose color of the tsuru, or you know, just preference on the tsukagawa. I don't know. We can build it together. I'll build it live, and then I'll do live the selection. I still don't know how I'm going to do it though. I was thinking like printing out everybody's names that signed up, that you know, that subscribe and said that they wanted one, and then what's it called? Maybe like, you know, just putting my hand in there and getting you know, the 3 names. And then of course I'll be sending them out. But if you have any suggestions how we should do it, that'll be great. I'll take it. So if you have any questions also about when I build it, when I'm doing it, you can let me know. I think I'm gonna make that stream maybe Thursday or Friday, so that way, you know, I have time to prepare. I have time to just set everything up. I think hopefully I'll be done with the video for tomorrow or Tuesday of this one that I'm making, and then the live stream I'll make it. I'll set everything ready for Thursday. So yeah, I see a couple people joining in. Thank you for passing by. You can let me know. Oh, Steven, hello. Nice to see you, man. Just so everybody knows, if you subscribe to the channel and you comment in any of my video that you want a shinai, on Friday or Thursday, I'll be doing, you know, the giveaway. So just let me know. And please, guys, if you haven't already, just hit the like button on this video, on this stream, so hopefully it gets pushed out to more people. One of the things that I need right now for the channel to get all the features, including the streaming through my phone and the monetization, is I need more watch time. So once I get there, I need a little bit more watch time. So once I get there, I'll be able to do all those stuff. But anyway, let me tell you one of the things that I kind of been pondering in my head, or like thinking a lot about in my head, and it's training floor. So a long time ago, I read a study, or I don't know if it was a study, I think it was an article talking about the different types of floor, and it was from a Japanese sensei that he said that he traveled, and if somebody has that article, please let me know. But this sensei traveled to, you know, throughout the world, and he practiced in different dojos, and obviously there are 3 main floors that we see, that we practice mostly in Kendo, right? It's either the wooden floor, the rubber mats, or the tatami, right? And then there's also the like concrete or tile or vinyl that looks like wood. So the reason why he wrote this article, he said that because each floor will have a benefit or a problem, and we need to be aware of it to avoid creating bad habits. So he said the floors in Japan, the dojo's floor in Japan, are like the most appropriate floor. It's a wooden floor that has a little bit of give, right? So it's a little bit of flexibility. And that's the one that's most preferred to do Kendo. But sometimes we get to practice in like a rubber mats or tatami where, you know, it's squishy. And the problem with that is that a lot of times people have maybe stronger fumikomi because they're not so afraid to you know, like to hitting hard the floor, but they don't have good follow through because they're afraid that their foot might get stuck along the way. And they tend to have shorter footwork after a strike. And that's something that obviously you have to pay attention and correct to promote good Kendo. Personally, I had an injury with a rubber mat where my big toe got stuck on it and it hyperflexed. And yeah, I'm still feeling it, even though it was like years ago. Pokemon, you said, okay, I'll read your warm ups and your comment about the Suburi in a second. So the next floor that he mentions obviously is concrete, and the problem with that is that yes, people tend to have a more shy Fumikomi, or like they don't have such a big leap on the Fumikomi, but they tend to have a little bit of better follow through or better footwork as they go through. Um, and obviously, those are things that we want to train and we want to make sure that we fix up. But now the problem that I'm seeing right now, because now people are practicing outside, it's grass or uneven terrain, like on uneven ground, and I kind of wanted to just bring that to attention because I know a lot of dojos are doing. As a matter of fact, give me 1 second. I'll show you a video that I found on, let me see, on Instagram. Yeah, there you go. Okay, I have it right here. So I think this is pretty cool. This is pretty good training, right? What do you guys think? And I'll show you a couple more. But I think they're doing a very, very good I think they're doing a very good job at keeping the students motivated, at keep the training going. And you see, like, they're being very active as well. It's nice. But what are some of the problems you think could be present because of training outside? Let's see. So Ben, you're saying that practicing on grass and stuff with all that extra friction you have to deal with, it is, and that's kind of one of the things that I want to, I want to bring up. Melvin, you said that it looks really good. However, you don't know whether you could practice with shoes or not, and that's the thing that I wanted to bring up. I have practiced outdoors before. As a matter of fact, I practiced in the beach, which sucks, by the way. Trying to go with the sand, it is really crazy. But I'm going to say the main problem that I see normally with uneven terrain is lifting of your toes. You're going to lead with your heels, and that, I think that's the first thing that we need to be careful to correct and try to correct. Obviously, I think they did a very good job at finding a somewhat even spot. So it's not too much like, like hills or whatever. I see that they have separation between the lanes or the courts. But one thing that I'm going to say, and this is, I haven't really tried it, I'm going to be honest, but it's something that I'd studied before when it comes to barefoot running. If you read literature on barefoot running, the whole point of it is that you want to land with your whole foot, much like Fumikomi, right? Instead of landing with your heel, because you don't want to land on the bone. So one of the books that I was reading when I was studying this is, it says that, like, the habit of landing with our heel, it's learned through our growth of using shoes when we're like little babies, and the sole is very thick. So when the sole is very thick, it kind of gets on the way of the step, and this is what the book was saying. I need to find the book to kind of like, show it, but the sole gets on the way and kind of gets the habit. It gives the habit of landing with the heel first, and obviously we don't feel it because the thickness of the shoe, because we're young, it doesn't hurt anything. We're not getting that feedback. Where a barefoot runner, they would train themselves to land with the whole foot over the heel. So I think that if you're training on grass, if your dojo is training on grass, I think this is one of the things that we need to pay attention. My suggestion, that is the same suggestion that I read on that book when I was studying about barefoot running, it's use thin soles shoes. So I think I saw, like, for example, like this guy right here, the soles of the shoe, they're not so thick, right? And I think they're doing a really good job at landing that fumikomi. It doesn't look like they're throwing the heel, so kind of tells me that obviously they had training prior to practicing on grass. Let's see, like for example, like let me see if I find one of those shoes. I think these shoes are probably like very thick. And as you see, when she's walking, when she's moving forward, you'll see that her toes go up. And you'll see it a lot throughout some of these videos. Let me catch up with some of your comments. So Melvin, you said that it looks really good. However, you don't know if you could do it, if you could practice in shoes or not. I mean, yeah, that's the challenge, and I think the right shoes also help, but it's definitely not easy. Pokemon, you tried it bare feet. That works better on grass. You need to check the area though. Yeah, and that's another problem. If you want to do it with your bare feet, as a matter of fact, maybe even like tabby, like the tabby with the leather sole, that'll probably work. That'll probably be a way to try. Ben, you said that you had to do this last year. And Melvin, you asking if it was grass or beach. Ben, you said grass. Pokemon, you said you have shoes which have very worn and thin soles, so you do feel it if you land wrong. So you use those for outdoor suburi, for example. And with tiles in the garden. Oh, okay, that's actually pretty good. Now, one thing though, you want to make sure, and this is another thing that now we have to start being careful with, is that if you're using shoes and you have a shoe that's been worn for a while, the sole doesn't get worn evenly, right? Normally it has like a bend, or not a bend, like a slope on the back, and you want to make sure that you're also keeping your feet straight, because then you can also get like shin splints. And this again, like I have a lot of friends that are runners, and I have a friend that's a triathlonist, a triathlon athlete, and another one that's like what's it called, a biathlon, the one that do two sports. And this is like number one thing they say: your running shoes are only for running. Don't even use them to walk to the spot where you're gonna start running. That's like they swear by that. So that's the feedback that I always gotten from them. Tobias, good evening. Thank you for passing by. Sorry I didn't catch your comment a little bit earlier. Melvin, okay, you're saying hi to Tobias. So yeah, I think that when it comes to the adaptations that we are doing to keep Kendo going, we have to also be conscious of some of the problems that we may face. In order to reduce it, we need to address them. So when we go back to the dojo, we don't come out with bad habits that then we're gonna have to restructure. So I am really happy to see people practicing like this outside, and I think they're doing a very good job. I'm guessing that they don't need to, oh no, yeah, they are wearing masks. If you see, like, they're wearing the face mask. So that's something that I would love to try out, to give personal feedback, but I need to find people that will want to do that. There's also, like in my case, I know a park where it has like wooden platforms, and I done like kata and stuff like that with shoes, and that was actually pretty good. So if you find a spot like that, I think that's good. Obviously, if you have some of the things to help you out with the other types of floor, for me, in my experience, when it comes to like the rubber mats, tabi, because it keeps your toes together and you avoid getting that injury that I got. And for like, harder floor, harder wood, concrete, vinyl, whatever, the kakato, the heel protector, those are key. Now let me see, let me catch up with Jen, because I see. Okay, Tobias, you're saying that one idea from Croatia, Rijeka, is using wood tiles they can transport. So, oh, okay. So, and you send the link. Let me check it out. And okay, it sent me out to this from a stream. Okay. Let me get the link real quick and paste it on this page so we can show it to everybody. Let me see. Let me see. And you see, this is what I love doing these streams, man. We can actually get all this information and discuss it on the spot. Give me 1 second. And here, let's see what shows up. So okay, so these are the pictures from the. Let me. Oh my god, my computer gets so slow sometimes. I need a new computer for this. Oh, and they're can I make it bigger? Oh, yes, you can. Yes, I can. Okay, so this is pretty cool and this is pretty smart. Look where they're putting the tiles. They're putting them on top of a track, and if you don't know this, if you never ran a track, the track has a little bit of give. So that's actually pretty on point. I like it. So you're saying that those are wooden tiles and they look like they're interlocking because like you see the little tile on the bottom left corner. Guys, buy some stocks on the whatever company is making this. We need to blow this up. We need to blow this up. This is actually genius. Okay, Jan, you're saying that I got choppy. Am I back? Am I full power now? I seem to be full power. Melvin, you says that you don't have tabbies, but Converse are pretty flat also. You will try. Okay, so please let me know. Give me feedback. I don't have tabbies either. I will probably get one just to try it and try to get someone to practice with me on grass. I'll try both. I think I broke my last pair of Converse, but I do have some somewhat flat running shoes. But yeah, that will be something that's worth trying. Let me see if I can get a better view of the wood tile. So Jan, how are you seeing his links and I'm not? I should be seeing them, no? Okay, hold on. Let me just, instead of just pressing the link, I'm gonna go to the other page over here and I'm gonna copy it and paste it. Yes, I want to leave YouTube, and I don't know why you're telling me that I'm in YouTube right now. Oh, okay, cool. This is actually pretty cool. This is pretty interesting. So now it seems that they are. It seems that they are wood with some type of maybe metal, interlocking mechanism. Oh, awesome, Jan. Thank you for being on point with the Discord. That's actually pretty awesome. Oh, by the way, my shirt doesn't just say eat sleep. It says eat sleep Kendo repeat. So yeah, just so you know, I just noticed that you can only see eat and sleep, which was pretty much what we did on 2020. But now we should keep doing Kendo and repeat. Anyways, this is actually pretty cool. This is actually pretty interesting. I need to keep looking into this because you see, you cannot really see it on the picture, but I seen the rubber mats that fit, but I never even think about looking for wooden tiles. Let's see. Okay, these are. And man, this is such a great way to keep the kids involved, and this is awesome. This is awesome. It's a lot of them, right? So it's a little bit of work, but Here in Florida, if I wanted to do this, I need to make sure there's a place with shadow, and because it's hot. This week was really hot here and humid. But it's awesome. It's awesome because look, they're able to train without shoes. I'm 100% sure that this track has a little bit of cushion, a little bit of give. So even if this was a little bit too stiff, I think that this will be able to give a little bit of cushion the track. Tobias, so you're saying that your friends from Croatia had the idea. You think they used it for dancing usually? Yeah, I mean, like, listen, I didn't know about the existence of this. I think this is a great thing. That's a big question, Melvin. Are they heavy to transport? And listen, now thinking about this, there's a lot of things that we can do to kind of simulate this. I think in every country we're going to have different products, but maybe we can find something. Because, for example, the dojo where I was practicing before, the one I'm practicing now, we had wooden floor that was interlocking, right? So it like one piece, it was bamboo, what was the word? Like bamboo pieces, like long bamboo pieces. One of them had like a groove from one side, and then the edge on the other one, and they will fit in, so that way like it will be flat on the top, and you know it was on a bouncing floor, but that's kind of like that changes the the perception and the idea on this stuff. Melvin, you saying that they told you that they can do proper ashabaki without the fear you have on a normal grass ground. Totally. The good thing about this is that you can probably put it on a grass ground. Obviously, you want to have a flat surface. For example, I don't have access to a track that I could use like this, like they're doing it. Just because there's so many people on the tracks that are around my place. But I could find a flat patch, or I could find maybe like something like cover, like a little like gazebo. I think this idea is great for putting on top of grass or some cushion area like that. That's awesome. I don't know if it's going to make a difference if you put it like on cement versus like just having the floor like tile or cement. But if you're training on top of cement, you definitely would like to put something like this because it will keep the ground smoother. Because I think doing ashabaki on what's it called, on cement, it can be a little bit hard. But hey man, like this is awesome that we talked about this. If you guys think of any other things, any other bad habits that we need to be aware of when we're practicing on this other type of grounds, please share them with me. Please let me know, because I think this will be a great information for everybody to have, because we want to make sure that when we go back full force into a regular dojo, or even if your dojo it's like with rubber mats or hard tile, I think we want to be able to have the best kendo we can have. I'm all about that. That's my goal. So if you can share some of those aspects or some of the things that you feel that we need to be careful about, please let me know. Pokemon, don't think I forgot about you, about your Suburi session. So you tell me you do warm up, you follow by 30 yogeburi, take 30 yogeburi with hirakiashi, 20 menuchi, 20 sayumen, 20 menuchi, 20 sayumen, and then hasuburi. Oh, that's cool. You're keeping it, you're keeping it compartmentalized. That's awesome. It's kind of a little bit of the same system that I'm having. I'm also including lunges. I'm also including what's the name of matawari, right? Like the one that you're like in squatting position and you go down. What else? What else am I doing? I'm doing hasuburi, but I'm also doing short hasuburi, where I do just like this, instead of like going all the way up. It's just the tenouchi. So I do hasuburi with this, and then I strike on the forward leap and the back leap. Forward leap, back leap, forward leap, back leap, and it's just to train this, right? And of course, I also try I also train doing footwork, so step forward and backwards without swinging, without cutting, just footwork. And I also train a little bit of, you know, like shiai control, shiai motion practice, you know, where I go around, you know, do different motions with it. Guys, talking about shiai control, shiai motion, and all the stuff. I have something fun and sad at the same time. Pokemon, you're saying Matawari is for in 2 weeks. Yeah, and the idea that what I'm telling you is small men, and this is something that I picked up from the Osaka police. They always finish their practice with that. I think it was like they will do like 300 at the end of practice, like that. I don't remember if it was 300 or 100 or 100 3 times. I forgot, but I know that it was the type of hasuburi that they would do at the end, and I thought it was perfect, you know, just to help train how to properly use the Tenouchi over using your right arm to bring the sword back and forth. But guys, I know that this is not a real sword when it comes to being sharp and having an edge to kill, right? We know this. It is a sword. It is a bamboo sword. So I like to train. I like to see it as that, as a sword. So whenever I handle it to pass it out to someone, whenever I do different things, you know, sword related, I think of it as a real sword, as an actual sword. So I have a video to show you. Let me just give you a little bit of background of what happened here. So you guys know Steven Seagal, right? Apparently Steven Seagal, it's you know, he got Russian citizenship, and I think it's a member for external affairs from Russia. So he went to my country, to Venezuela, to give a gift of a sword to the president of Venezuela. Or I guess, you know, I don't know how attuned you are with like politics of Venezuela, but there's kind of like 2 presidents right now. So let's one of them, right? But there are a lot of memes that he's not the smartest. There's a lot of memes that, you know, he's not the brightest at all. So I want to show you the video of Steven Seagal going to Venezuela and how this whole interaction went. Let me put, and there's a reason why I'm showing this, so give me a second.
Seagal, designado especial del Ministerio de Asuntos Exteriores de la Federación de Rusia.
Now, mind you, he's coming as a representative from Russia, right? But look what this guy's doing. He's kind of like comparing heights. I'm not gonna talk about that. But now the sword comes out.
Al destacado y reconocido actor Steven Seagal.
I'm just gonna let you watch this part. Look how he tries to get it out.
Le entrega un presente al jefe de Estado venezolano. Se trata de una espada samurái.
So I don't know if you notice what just happened there. That little exchange there, and you guys are welcome to like let me know what you think of that. But he tries to take it out. It's like. Oh, wait, what happened? Oh, my battery died. Why? Hold on. Give me a second, guys. What happened? Why so quick? Melvin, this was filmed last week. This happened last week. No, yeah, this happened this week. This happened this week. Hold on, guys. Oh, my God. Come on, camera. Okay, we're back here. Okay. There you go. So, this was filmed last week, but he tries to get the sword out without taking it. Then, of course, Steven Seagal takes it out. Takes it away from his hands. I thought it was a meme. I saw the picture first, And then I was like, oh no, this is Photoshop, especially because Steven Seagal's not wearing the mask and everybody's wearing the mask. So I was like, no, they just took a picture from Steven Seagal and they just Photoshopped it. But I'm like, no way, man, no way. But it's not over yet. It's not over. There is more. Look, he's like a little kid. He's not acting as a president, right? He's not acting as like a... Wait. Tobias, elaborate a little bit on your comment. You're saying that when Steven gave the katana to the other politicians, the angle of the sword showed to the politician? Wait. So you're saying that when he passed it to other politicians, he passed it with the edge towards the politician? Because he doesn't do it in this one. And that's one of the things I want to talk about. But, okay. Anyway, so Steven Seagal takes the sword out. He passes the sword. And look, what is this guy doing, man? Come on. Why? Now look how he... Okay, Steven Seagal's like, don't touch it, because that tells me that it's an actual, you know, antique sword. And look at the saya, like he's putting it backwards, man. Come on. Why? Okay. So, Tobias, you tell me, like, when I go back, that the edge is... Steven Seagal, Estado venezolano, al destacado y reconocido actor Steven Seagal, presente en la República Bolivariana de Venezuela, le entrega un presente al jefe de Estado venezolano. Oh, you're saying because he had it on the left hand and he passed it to the... through... I'm still not getting it. Sorry, man. If you can elaborate a little bit. Like when he's passing it on, in this point, he's passing it on with the edge towards the... Oh, okay. When he's passing it on, he's passing it with the edge. He should have done it backwards, right? Like at this moment, right? Yeah. Well, he does do it right on this scene. And that's kind of... I saw this scene today. I was like, okay, listen, we need to talk a little bit about sword handling because I am not a professional or, you know, like I don't practice Genjutsu. You know, I practice a little bit of Iaido, a little bit of Bato. But this is something that, okay, we're going to go. So he passed it on with the edge towards himself instead of Maduro, right? So I guess I have a few people here that know about sword etiquette. So I have this one obviously because I am not going to use my sharp one on this, but I will use it for a second about the thing. How is he going to... Okay, let me just... First, I'm going to take this out for a second. Oh. I need to press this button right here. Okay. How is he going to get the sword out when there is something covering it? It's like you're trying to take your socks off before you take off your shoes. Like really? Like, come on. So Melvin, you said it should have been the other way around. The sword when he passed it on to the president, like with respect. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think we're on the same page. Did Japan pull their ambassador for this? No, I don't. I mean, it happened this week, so I don't know. But yeah, but this whole thing is awful, man. Hold on. Yeah, I agree with you, Tobias. So for anybody watching that doesn't know anything about sword handling, there's a couple of things that Steven Seagal did that Maduro didn't, and there's a couple of things that maybe we should know. I think we should practice. So the way Steven Seagal pulled out the sword, he pulled it out like this, right? He got it out of the sword, but obviously he's not drawing the sword to fight somebody, to like cut somebody, so he doesn't have it to his side, right? He's not trying to like draw the sword to practice or to fight. So he does that. I think he does that well. The other thing that Steven Seagal does is that he grabs it from the bottom and he passes with the edge towards himself, right? So I guess if you can see the edge little things here. He passes it on so that way Maduro can grab it from here and, you know, and wield it with, you know, control instead of having it like fall down. Maybe a little detail that sometimes people don't pick up is that you shouldn't pass it, even when you pass it with the edge out this like this, you don't pass it with the tip. Maybe this camera will be better. Okay. Come on, my computer's like super slow today. Okay, so you don't pass it with the tip like this, right? You pass it with the tip up so the person can grab it and you know, and hold it. Now, if you look at the scene one more time, when Maduro is playing around with the sword, look at this dude right here. Hold on.
Especial del como representante especial del Ministerio de Asuntos Exteriores. En las imágenes,
that guy is like no confidence on the president right now, man. He's like, he's going to kill me with this. And now, at this point, he's getting close to Steven Seagal again with the tip towards him. Now, granted, yeah, okay, he's safe or whatever. Steven Seagal is playing it cool. But yes, you don't want to do that. You want to avoid an accident. Jan, you're saying maybe you shouldn't give a weapon as a present in the first place. You wonder what would have done with an AK-47. Oh my God, for real. Yeah, that he probably would have, like, you know, mounted it and loaded it and just be pointed at people. That would have been bad. But you're right. It is a weapon. That's the thing. It is a weapon. So I feel like a lot of people just treat it as a toy and just like treat it like no respect. So I cringed. I was hoping that this was fake. I was hoping that, but man, the next day he went and talked about how he met Steven Seagal. Anyways, okay. The next part, obviously, he is touching the sword. He's going to like for the sword. So if this is an antique or if this is a polished sword, obviously you don't want to do that because then you want to clean it out. If you do that, you want to clean it out so it doesn't rust out and it doesn't, you know, like deteriorate, and you don't have to have it polished. But that's another thing. Now, when he's putting the sword back, first of all, look that the sword have a curvature. Don't just put it in. Don't put it in just like, you know, it does. I'm gonna do it with this one because it's plastic, right? But guys, it doesn't fit, right? This is also wood and it's glued together, right? So there's a chance for him to do that and split up the saya, or also damage the edge of the sword. So, okay, wrong. Steven Seagal's like, you're like, look at Steven Seagal's face. He's like, what is this guy doing? Like, is this guy blind? Now, he is putting the sword. Look at like how he's like tapping the sword against the edge of the saya. I cried a little bit the first time I saw this, man, because he is damaging the edge of the sword by trying to find the hole in the saya. Then he puts it in like this that can also harm the saya, and that's a problem. So again, the best way... Nobody saw that. Okay. The best way to do it is to, you know, with the edge up, just place it... Oh, you cannot see it because of this thing. Hold on. Okay. So with the edge up, you place it, you can still cannot see it. You place it in here with control. I'm not touching the sword. And then you put it in without avoiding bringing the edge to the top, right? You bring it down and you put it back. but this man is just like playing it like that and making me feel that he's going to break the sword. Anyways, guys, make sure you remember to treat your sword as a weapon, whether it's a shiai, whether it's a real sword. It deserves more respect than that. That's all I wanted to bring up when it comes to that. But let me take that video out of my screen, because I cringed so bad when it came to that, man. That was so bad for me. I'm sure that for you guys, some of you guys were like cringing about it. Tobias, thank you for this important lesson. Yeah, well, the important lesson is have better advisors when you're receiving a gift from another nation, right? I don't know. I don't know what advice I could have given. Like at that moment, if I didn't know that Steven Seagal was coming to bring a sword, I wouldn't know what to tell the president to do. That was harsh. That was bad. I thought it was a meme. I totally thought it was a meme. That was just horrible. That was horrible. Talking about swords, guys. I know some of you might have watched the video that I posted this past week when it comes to the comparison between Kendo and the training session on The Last Samurai, which I don't think was training. I think it was more like a sparring. But what were your thoughts on that? Anybody has any advice for me in order to make these videos better? I will appreciate it if you do. One thing that I wanted to point that out, one of the reasons why I wanted to put that video out is because a lot of people tend to have an idea when they join Kendo that they think that it's going to be like samurai training, and I think it's very different. It's very different, and the purpose that we do Kendo, it's very different than the purpose that, you know, samurai train, or the reason why they samurai train. But yeah, that will be something I can talk about later. Melvin, you think that once you're in this way, we should take care even of that? Oh wait, I missed some comments. Even bad examples can be examples. Yeah, totally. I agree. Jan, you're telling me use newer movies for the videos, right? I'm actually thinking of using some anime as well. There's a couple ones that I got recommended. I couldn't remember the names, but also I don't know if you guys. I guess I can pull it out. Give me a second, guys. There's a video. You guys know the show Rick and Morty? I don't know if anybody has watched the show Rick and Morty. Let me see. There's a samurai scene from the Rick and Morty. It was like a short, like, special thing. Let me see if I can. Yes. Yeah. So okay. So I know I'm pretty sure. Can you guys not see it? But anyways, I don't know if YouTube is gonna be mad at me because I have, like, you know, blood and gore in there, and that's not what they're all about. So I'm gonna stop for now. But I was thinking doing that one just to do something a little bit newer, or something like Rick and Morty related, because there's a few also Rick and Morty episodes where they use swords, and there's one where, like, I think Morty complains about, oh, my wrists are hurting, and I was like, yeah, that's something I would hear someone that doesn't know about swords, how to handle a sword, if they had to, you know, use the sword for real, like for a while. That I think that would be something that I would hear somebody that doesn't know how to handle a sword say. But yeah, I mean, like those videos with the movies reviews and the comparisons and stuff. I just want to make sure I let everybody know. I want to also make him like, let's just say newbie friendly, right? Like where people that don't know anything about kendo can find it relatable and can find it to a point where like they can, you know, watch it, enjoy it, and learn about kendo, and maybe we can spark a little curiosity about kendo. But that being said, I think we should go onto our main dish for today when it comes to kendo videos. So as I said earlier, I wanted to look at Teramoto Sensei's kendo today. I have a friend and a couple people that I met in Osaka tell me that they call Teramoto Sensei the magician of kendo. I don't know if anybody heard that expression. I only heard that in Japan from a couple of friends and people that I met over there. And you know, it's kind of like this joke that he can make the shiai disappear from one side to another and whatever. So I was in a seminar with Kiwara at one point, and he mentioned that you know, Teramoto Sensei has the ability to, you know, have being able to hit from different angles, and because he trained a lot on doing that, specifically doing that. I'm changing the angle of shiai using a very heavy boken or shiai in order to practice that. So he's really good with that, hands down. And I think it will be really hard for us to try to emulate that. But given his size, because he's pretty tall, when it comes to you know, measurement on feet and whatever, I am 5'10", and he is taller than me. He's like about this much taller than me. Like he's about this much taller than me. So that being said, you know, like he's, you know, he has a lot of mass to move, and he does it so smoothly, I think. So how about this? We're gonna watch one match first, kind of see how he moves, how, like, you know, try to pick up some of the things that he does with his body, footwork wise. And then I want to show an ippon compilation because I think he has great ippons on the video that I found. So let me just make sure that I put that here. Let me open this up. Let me open the video. Okay. Switch the engine over here. And again, guys, if you have any suggestion of videos that you would like me to break down, to, you know, to analyze, please let me know. You can send it to me privately on the Discord. Oh, before I forget, I do want to bring something up. Some of you guys know that I'm running a Discord. We're having a Discord. We have different channels, and you know, like, we're having very good, awesome, good conversations there. I'm so happy that, you know, it's been such a nice community in there. What I was thinking of doing is finding out maybe dojos that are already open in, you know, different parts of the world, and maybe listing them down there. So if your dojo's working, or if you're the contact person for your dojo, maybe you let me know. My dojo's closed right now, but this is the contact person. If you can start sending me that information, I can maybe make a list on the Discord. So that way, you know, if you are looking to practice, we can find place that's going to be a reputable place to go practice, and something that, you know, we can make it easier for people to find the places that may be open, because obviously a lot of places are closed right now. And I thought it would be an interesting thing to do and to have, whether you're traveling, whether you are, you know. So yeah, so if you can, please send me the information of any of your dojo that, you know, you would like me to add there. So that way, you know, we can get that going. I think that will be a great tool to have. You let me know. Okay, so let me just put this over here. You can start watching this.
続きまして、20勝西軍大阪府寺本昌司選手、東軍茨城県大和裕二選手。
I'll try that Pokemon. I'll try it in a second. So, again, Teramoto Sensei is pretty tall. I like how relaxed his Kamae is, man. Like, he only exerts power when he needs to put it out. He's not tense unnecessarily. I want to go back to the spot because I think I seen something pretty cool. That kote. That's I've been trying out that style of kote lately, and I think it's very effective. Look how he closes the distance. Even if after he misses, he's like coming in and using power and then holding his ground. Also the continuity of attacks, right? He's not just one shot and then he relaxes. He keeps going. You see, he doesn't stop. Like even maybe he didn't have the opportunity, he just went forward, and those type of things kind of like start chipping off the confidence of your opponent, right? Oof. Also like how sharp he gets when it comes to hitting and then relaxing to hit again. That reaction, that closeness, and the ability to change directions where he was putting pressure forward but then hitting and going back, I think that's just like it's amazing to see. Just how when the person, especially like Teramoto Sensei, right? Like he is someone that's this tall. So his ability to shift the direction of his body, I think it's amazing. And one of the things that obviously I've been, trying to break down and trying to study, what is it? Proper technique. I think obviously at this point he has mastered his ability to use his legs in appropriate in the right way. And I think for myself, like, for example, I need to break it down. So right now I've been focusing a lot on moving forward and backwards, 1 step, 2 steps, 3 steps forward and backwards, maybe sides and forward. So kind of understanding the mechanics and how to use it properly. Now this week, seeing my Kendo, I believe I have a little bit of better understanding. I'm seeing some of the habits, some of my bad habits kind of come up, but I'm being able to kind of start polishing them now little by little by just breaking it down and do it slower, because I know it's tedious to do it slower, but I think it's so beneficial to take the time, just even if it's like 5 minutes every day, just to break down the motions and try to internalize it. And I was thinking about that. And when we walk, as I was saying earlier, when we walk normally, we walk differently as if we are moving in Kendo. So for example, that whole thing of landing with the heel, we do that every day, all the time we walk. Most people do, right? I for example, when I started learning about, barefoot running, I tried to change that, because in the research shows that landing with your heel, especially without shoes and all that stuff, starts messing up your joints. So every day we're kind of untraining the things that we're trying to train in Kendo. So I think it's very important that we are taking the time to train and to break down all these basics. Teramoto Sensei, most of the day, I mean, like, not most of the day, but a lot of the time where he spends standing up, at least when he was training, he was spending it doing Kendo. So he was training those basics. I'm pretty sure that most of us don't do that, because we don't have that many hours a day that we train Kendo. So we need to, I think, pay extra attention in order to fix that. Pokemon, you said that I may be able to ping a link for people to read when they come in. So let me try doing that with the Discord link. And guys, if you pass by, you joined in later, I want to say that I am doing a celebration for my 1,000 subscribers. I'm going to be doing a giveaway. I'm building the shinais, the 3 small practice shinais. All you have to do is be subscribed and comment in any of my videos that you want the shinai. And on Friday or Thursday, I'll be doing a live stream where I will be choosing who gets it. Hold on, let me just make sure that I get that link. And if you can, please, if you haven't, hit the like button, just so if we get these videos or these streams pushed out to more people. Let me see, invite people. Sorry, my computer is like super slow when I'm streaming. Okay. Okay, I should have the link. And let me see, can I ping this comment? I think okay, I guess I pinned it. Message pinned. But what does that mean? Does that mean that when people come in, they get it? Or that it stays throughout the chat? Okay, pin. Okay, cool. I think it's in the chat. So it doesn't matter how far down we go, they will be there. Thank you, Pokemon, for letting me know that that was a feature, that was something available. Anyways, let's go back to the video with Teramoto Sensei. There's a couple things. Oh, I need to fix that transition a little bit because it didn't change quite at the right moment. Anyways, there's a couple of points that I wanted to bring up. The first one's like right over here. Okay. Let me see. So, in here, I like the way that Owa Sensei is coming in. He's using one motion as he comes forward. Instead of doing two fumikomi, for example, he's using one, moving forward and taking the center out, and then using the same momentum to go for the man. Now, obviously, Teramoto Sensei was able to catch on to that. He didn't fight. You see, one of the videos that I did on the approach to Ippon, I think it was Maeda against Ando. Maeda was trying to get the, like, he did push the Shinai out, and the problem that Ando had was that he fought back against the Shinai, where here Teramoto Sensei, he kind of just let go, so he was able to catch the man on the way forward. But I think this is a very effective waza, and I really like seeing it done with one step instead of two steps. So it's very interesting to see that. The next spot where I wanted to show, Jan or anybody, remind me, what's the name of that tsuki that you do when you're receiving the person? I think that's what I wanted. I think that's at the spot. Or not yet. Hold on. Okay, so I really like seeing the continuity of the waza, but one thing that I'm noticing here from Teramoto Sensei, look how he approaches. Look how the fumikomi, right? Look how his toes are almost like pointing down, because he's relaxed. A lot of times, when I see myself, a lot of times that I see people doing fumikomi, you see that their toes go up, kind of like leading with the heel. So this is one of the reasons why I wanted to like bring up Teramoto Sensei, is because I caught him do this in a lot of different matches, a lot of different ippons. So I think this is an aspect that he's being able to like master, because he's landing that fumikomi very flat, but look how look at the right foot. It's literally, he just relaxes it on the way up. And obviously he's not looking to make a loud sound when he's doing the fumikomi, but instead pulling him forward or back if he's going for hikiwasa, right? So that's one of the things that I wanted to like bring attention to. Make sure that you are not leading with your heel, and if possible, I guess try to do like Teramoto Sensei. Don't tense up the foot. Lead with your knee instead of your heel, so that way you get a better reach and you get a better fumikomi action when it lands. The next spot, it was, I think, like right here. No, right here. So, and Mukayasuki, right? So I think it was last week, right, where we saw a couple of Mukayasuki, but the person, I think it was Katsumi, the person doing it got scored on, even though he was, making contact on the chest. But one of the things that I like on how Teramoto Sensei does it here is that he avoids or he dodges the strike, right? And then, kind of to make sure that he doesn't attack again, stops him. So it's a little bit different than just standing there and receiving the person with the tsuki. I think here he had it in a little bit of a different intention, because he definitely went back to dodge, to make the distance and to be safe. But then obviously he's like, okay, you're not gonna get me with that second waza. So he kept his alertness to make sure that he didn't have the upper hand, his opponent didn't have the upper hand, because at this point Owa was coming in with momentum, so it would have been really easy for him to strike again, in my opinion. Now, of course, we have to look at the ippons, right? I forgot where the first ippon was. I think the first ippon was like over here. Sorry guys, let me find it real quick. Maybe it was early. Oh yeah, there it is. Okay, so let's see. Look at the motion as he gets into the right distance. He's anchored the left foot, goes back. He puts the pressure forward. After putting this pressure forward, look, both of them kind of start going forward at the same time. Teramoto Sensei does a slight hold, and he's able to do that, trying to make try to control the shiai to make him think that he's going for men, and when his opponent covers the men, he just completely went around to hit that kote, like right there. Bam. Right. I cannot get the right frame. I get it like before and after. But anyways, so that's definitely, that hold, I think it's what made it so possible instead of just going forward for that man. Jan, you saying, by the way, if anyone has an opponent that does Mukayasuki predictably, that's a good target for Morotsuki. I think that's the reason why Owa, right after that, if you look at Owa right after the Mukayasuki, right here, look what he does after. Right? Look. And it almost looked, he almost had it. It almost looked like he almost had it, because it almost looked like Teramoto Sensei was gonna try it as well. But funny you say that, because that's exactly what Owa did right after that Mukayasuki. But yes, and it works. It works because you have pretty much a standing target, and correct me if I'm wrong, Jan, but also because the angle of your tsuki is going to have a little bit of a better reach than your opponent, right? Because your opponent is depending also on you closing the distance. So yeah, I can see how someone, I normally don't get that many people fighting with me like that, so I don't know from experience, but I can see how it could work. I can see how it can be very successful. Okay, now the last ippon, I thought it was just beautiful, man. Like, oh, yeah, okay. Also because you can't break the Sanshin for Tsuki by Mukayasuki. Yeah, okay, cool. Good extra element to it. That's totally true. That's totally true. Now, I'm just like speechless with this ippon. Like, I'm gonna do it like slowly. So Teramoto Sensei puts pressure forward. He's already kind of on that. Look at the left foot. He's keeping the upper body almost immovable, but the left foot is kind of getting ready to make a different distance. So he anchors it because he's going to hit with intention forward, but then with the Fumikomi, he's gonna go back, and then he hits that man. Now, it looks almost like Teramoto Sensei was doing a little bit of a kaeshi, but I don't think he actually caught the shinai. But I think what happened was that Owa missed the kote as Teramoto was doing this angle on the way up, and then he just didn't hesitate to bring it right back in. And that's one of the reasons why I always say avoid the blocking and always keep your tip forward. Even though if you're going around, always try to keep that intention towards the center. And I mean, as simple as this ippon is, I know there's a lot of complicated aspects on it, but I don't want to complicate it. I just want to make sure that the easiest thing to do and this thing to say is to keep that intention forward. Always try to keep the sword towards the center. I see it a lot. Hold on. Let's see. I see it a lot when people are trying to do like maybe let me do it with this. When people are trying to do maybe like kaeshi, not kaeshi, like, yeah, well, maybe kaeshi, where they go like this, that instead of kind of like keeping the motion forward, they kind of block out like this. So now here, you don't have the intention towards the center, right? You kind of have it here. What's another one that people do? Oh, when they do like harai, they don't do harai to kind of like take the center. They do a harai that kind of like this, and then you are pretty much blocking yourself. You should learn to create power with the tenouchi to do the harai, where you stop at the center and then go for the technique, versus going and overcompensating to go and to hit the man, or to end up in that position where you block yourself from being successful on an ippon. I think so. Those are my, as someone said, my 2 yens, or my 200 yen. I think somebody commented on one of my videos. My 2 cents. Okay, I'll keep it simple. Okay, so the last video that I have prepared for you guys. Oh no, wait, I have. Oh, there is more. I did want to show something real quick, and you can find this video on YouTube. There's a couple channels that have it. I think if you just write Teramoto, you will find it. Let me just make sure that I play it. And of course, this is something that I really like to do as well. I like to look at, this senseis do the basics. So, is it okay? It's right there. So in this one, there's a couple. I'm not gonna put the whole thing. I'm not gonna play the whole thing. Well, maybe we will. Let's see how it goes. I don't want to bore you. It's not that long either. This is Teramoto Sensei doing basics, right? Kirikashi right now. So, mainly I wanted to just show off the kirikashi to like break down a little bit of the motion, because I don't think I think if he's going to be focusing on his posture and his motions and everything, is going to be at this moment instead of shiai, right? So hold on, come on. Okay, so let's break down a little bit of some of the things that are happening. So he is leading with his body, pushing with the left leg. Now, there's one thing that I don't know, I really can tell. But if you look at his left foot, this is something that I try to avoid on my kirikashi, bringing my left foot forward to then go for the strike. He's almost, but I don't know, I can't see because of the hakama being so close to the ground. I cannot see if it's the right foot move forward or not. It doesn't look like it, but anyways, here, look at how, even though he kind of leads with the heel, he's still leading with the knee though. He does bring the toes up, but then when he goes down, he goes straight down and pulls himself forward for the fumikomi. Let's see how he does it the second time. Yeah, and the second time, I think there's a little bit of a skip there with the left leg, but it almost looked like he's moving the right foot before the left foot gets to the point where he starts pushing. Okay, play. Come on, play. Okay, hold on, because I lost the chat. I don't know where the chat went. Come on, chat. I do want to do a stream. What do you guys think? I want to do a stream on practices, on basics like this. different drills. I have a couple exhibitions from like police departments and stuff that I wanted to, you know, break down and just show to help us develop our own like training patterns, I guess. Let's see this angle. Okay, come on, let me stop it. The computer sometimes, sorry guys, the computer sometimes gets a little bit. Okay, so in this one, you can clearly see that he's moving the right foot forward. He is bringing the left foot, and he's not moving the hands yet until the left foot starts pushing. And then at the last moment possible is when he gets that that push with the left hand, right? Like he's keeping the hands pretty much without swinging until this point right here. Then he uses the left hand to push and then pull to get the impact, and the fumikomi bringing him forward. Okay, Kotemen, I want you to also look at the left leg as he attacks. So especially when doing kote, I feel like a lot of us tend to be quicker at bringing the left foot than we do men. I think he's doing it very sharply for both of them, right? And I think that's what we should do. So he's definitely, now in this one, it's interesting because he's doing a kote with a little bit of distance because he's doing a little bit of footwork before going for the man. I think that's an interesting way of training it as well. That I'm going to admit, has anybody done it like this? Like, has anybody purposely trained it like this? Where you are going for the kote, because look what's, and again, this is going to be assumption. This is not going to be facts, because obviously I don't know what's going on completely here. But if you see, Teramoto Sensei goes for the kote and Motodachi blocks it, right? So now Teramoto is kind of like holding for that opening, for the right moment to open, and then go for that man sharply. So I think it's an interesting drill. This is what I thought he did in the last ippon from the last match I will show. So much power on those tracks, man. Anyways, I wanted to show this video mostly because I wanted to do a little bit of a demonstration or show how he moves when he's in a control situation right here, right? Now, let's take that information, let's take that and go over to, hold on, an ippon compilation from him. Hold on. Oof, this video looks very small. Hold on, let me just make sure I make it bigger so that way you guys can see it. This one looks very small compared to the other ones. Okay. Awesome. Now let me just put it here. And let me know if any of these catches your eye. That's a crazy Takashi though. Hold on. I think especially on how tall Teramoto Sensei is, and being able to go out this straight, I think it's amazing, you know. That this, like, his perception of distance, I think is very good, especially for his height. That Kaeshi man, huh? I think that this is a very, very successful shiai technique, because a lot of people, I think they do a lot of kote. They focus a lot on kote. Hold on. They focus a lot on kote. So I think this is something that is very useful to have for tournaments. So he goes for the kaeshi and returns it with a hikimen. Right? Interesting enough, he was on the motion forward for the pressure. So that's why I said that he's able to switch the directions of his body very, very sharply, very, very efficiently. Tobias, you said he uses his knees to adjust for the height of for Kaeshi Do. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, he is very, very efficient on his awareness. It's very efficient on his body and his awareness of distance. Everything, like, just, I mean, like, he, and granted, it's interesting because for him, I am willing to bet that 90% of the people he practices with are shorter than him, right? Those cortes, man. He's on the right on this one. You're right. Okay, so this one, it's something that I experienced a lot in Japan. That's something that I don't see that much being done in practice here in the US, for example. And it's like that, this type of motion, like forward, like a little bit of katsugi and like that fluidity, man, it's so tricky. It can be so confusing if you're not used to it. So it can be very effective depending on the mindset of your opponent. Yeah, and you're saying that you guess for most Shimpan here, the distance for Kaeshimen would have been too short to give a flag, unless it's Teramoto, of course. And that's one of the things, man. Like, we need to be better Shimpans, right? We need to understand what is. I think, especially if you are in a place where you don't have that many Kenshi to practice with, or a diversity of level in your Kendo, you should be studying videos, because we need to be better Shimpans. We need to get experience. And if you can travel or whatever, and you have to be Shimpan, I think you should be educating yourself. That hands down. So I think for me, that though was just on point. I wouldn't know why anybody wouldn't give that ippon, right? Like, what would be the, you know, the parameters? Would you say that was not an ippon? To me, I don't know. I'm having a hard time understanding what would be. Sorry, guys, I need to sneeze. Oh, sorry. Okay. Yeah, you're saying the Kendo Shiai rules do not state you need to hit with monouchi, but most Shimpan here won't award any else. Won't award anything else, I'm guessing. Okay, the rule, but it's the Totsubu and the Totsubui are defined, no? So is that what you're referring to? Because I guess, yeah, like there's no mention of the monouchi, right? But I'm lost. Like, fill me in. What are you trying? What are you? So I don't know. I mean, like, again, where he hit, the way he hit. I mean, we can go back to it, right? Let me see. Where was it? It was this one, I think. No. Hold on, where was it? It was a kote. I think it's this one. No, this is the man that I just mentioned. Was it after the man? No, it was before. Where is it? Was it this one? I think it's this one. Yeah. Okay. So right here, we cannot see it obviously because of camera technology and so on. Pokemon, you said that you think Jan means that the techniques such as Kaeshi get awarded less often. Yeah. I think he actually said Do. Right? And that's, listen, I think every country has its own like pickiness, or like every federation has its own pickiness on things. I think obviously when it comes to shimpanning, like there's points. I seen points in Japan being awarded that are not necessarily awarded in other federations. Oh, Jan, you were talking about Koteka Shimen. Sorry, man. Sorry, I thought you were talking about the Kaeshido. Okay, so forget everything I said, bro. I'm sorry. Kote Kashimen. Okay. You saying because it's a little bit too close there? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I see what you're saying. There is something though, like for me, there is something there that it just makes it work. Like if I wouldn't lift that flag there, I feel like the opponent would have just like at the next point would probably be mentally defeated anyway. So I don't think it would have made a difference on that one. But I'm joking, of course. But yeah, I see what you're saying. I am going to be honest. I think as a Shimpan, I would have totally given that Ippon. I don't have anything against that Ippon. I can see what you're saying and how people wouldn't give it, but I would have given that Ippon if it looked like that. We going back to the magic to Teramoto. Look at that. Like he's able to like fit it right there, like in the middle of the guy covering for the kote. Like it's just amazing. Yeah, totally, Jan. That probably also the halo effect also has a big influence on the decision for Shimpan. You see again that, and he does that a lot. He did it to me like 20 times in a row, and he will laugh after. Have I told you guys my funny experience with Teramoto Sensei? Let me know if you want me to tell you. If I haven't. Okay, where's the Jordan hype? I know this goes against the Jordan hype gang, the Jordan gang here, but you have to admit that this was just crisp. He look how much distance he had to work with, and look how sharp that impact is. Guys, practice your tenouchi. That is like, let me take off the player here. I don't know. I need to find a way to play videos for you guys without this big gap here, this big thingy here. But like, it's just, everything is so well put together. That is just, it's RL, you want me to tell a story? I will. Okay, I will. I will after this. Okay, this ippon, this is the reason why I wanted to show this video. This ippon specifically. Let me look at how much planning he's able to do. He is coming in, he was trying to do maybe kote, right? He's trying to do that technique where he like puts pressure on the kote, then goes around, like pressure on the kote, fake man, go to the kote. Okay, so he goes there, he's like, okay, no, that's not possible anymore. He goes to the other side. Okay, this is the spot. And then he hits it. It is crazy. To me, that's insane. Oh, look, they even put like slow motion for it because it's so good. It's like, I'm gonna tell you this. To me, that moment was like the Flash being in, like, you know, like thinking as the Flash, where he thinks at a whole different speed than everybody else, and it's like, okay, yeah, I should go here. He had complete freedom to go wherever he needed to go. This is the reason why I said that he's really good at being relaxed and then put pressure in the right moment. You see, right here, I know we try to train ourselves to say, okay, you know, like, let your body do the technique. You cannot come in with a premeditated technique, right? You cannot say, I'm gonna go for man and then start pushing the person. You need to make the opening and then, you know, let your body do whatever it needs to do. But here, I think he took it to the next level because he comes in for the pressure. He does that push down for the shinai to kind of threaten the man. And then the guy kind of kept it going down. He fought it. He went around and it's like, more or less, like at this point, he goes like, okay, yeah, here's my opening for that kote. Bam. Even though it looked like he missed it, no? Yeah, it looked like he hit the shoulder. Not shoulder, the elbow. There. But still, the guy would have had it. He's so sharp, man. He went around the world with that shinai. Oh, look. Okay, look at the footwork on this one. Okay, they're not gonna do a slow motion on that one. Okay, hold on. Look at the footwork on this one. I think this was very interesting because it cannot, like, we were talking about hold on. We were talking about that jumping man and like the kiken taichi and the fumikomi. Even though there's no fumikomi in this one, right? Because like, look, he gets the foot, like he gets the right foot in position before the strikes, and then he hits, and then he does a little bit of fumikomi to kind of close the distance, but the fumikomi here is closer to the left foot than the right foot, right? But it's considered ippon. because, you know, all the elements are there. Even though there's no Fumikomi, Kuntaichi is still there. That man. Tobias, you have to go. Thank you very much for passing by, man. Hope to see you next week. Take care, man. Have a good one. This one, I wish I would have had a different angle because I think that Fumikomi, he did like 2 Fumikomi. I would have wished to have that different angle. This one, I need to replay for you guys. Again, look at the motion when he pushes with the right knee. Look at the foot. Right? He's not tensing up that foot. He keeps that area relaxed as he goes forward. Granted, he did get the kote before he brings down the foot, but at this moment, I feel that this part of his body is completely relaxed. Most people have the tendency to tense up at that moment to bring it forward. So I think he does a really good example when it comes to that. I can tell you I have that bad habit, and that's something that I'm trying to get out. This is another one where he had the Fumikomi was not there, but it's still considered. Oh no, wait, no, yeah, I think this one has it. Look, yeah, this one has like a small Fumikomi. Yeah, I thought I didn't see him lifting up. You see, I feel like on that one, he had a little bit of a moment of relaxation before he went with that energy to hit. And that relaxation causes the opponent to kind of overly relax and, you know, cause them to lose. Okay, let me do something. Let me tell you this is the story that I have with Teramoto, just because, you know, I don't want to keep everybody just waiting for it. So, as you guys know, maybe you know. If you don't know, I'm telling you now. I spent like about 4 or 5 months in Osaka training for the World Championship. And I was lucky enough to be able to practice at the Osaka police station with Teramoto Sensei and a bunch of other amazing kendoka. So, I was there, I think, from April, and I think the World Championship was on June, right? But there was a point there, like on, was it like August? I don't remember. But what's like a point there, maybe like towards middle of May or beginning of May, where the weather starts changing. And the same thing happens here in Florida, where there's 1 week where like the humidity like starts getting to you and like it starts getting really bad and makes it harder to breathe. So I will go to practice. I normally will bring like a little bottle, like a bottle of you know, like a sports drink or water or whatever, and just keep it with my stuff. I think that day I didn't have one or something like that, or yeah, oh, no, I did have one, but I finished it because it was like I brought like a very little one. I finished it like towards like the first part of the practice. Then we went to another part of the practice where it was like uchikomi and like continuous footwork all throughout the floor. We did a break and then we were coming back to do more. So within that break already, he didn't have any water, and I didn't know where the water was. Like I didn't know, like they told me, I found out about the water, like about the spot of the water, like probably like the week after, 2 weeks after that. But the sensei would tell me, oh, make sure you drink water, and I didn't know where the water was. So after we come back for the practice, for that second part, there was a point where I was pushing so hard that I felt like I was going to puke, and I was like, I felt embarrassed because I was like, I don't want to make everybody stop. So I was trying to ask, okay, let me stop for like 2 seconds just to catch my breath, right? But I stopped, and then like he was like, okay, no, you're done. So I couldn't keep going on that practice until we got to the next section, and it felt so bad because all I felt like I needed was just to get a good deep breath, because there was no break on the moment that we were doing it. But whatever. So I stopped, and Teramoto Sensei always be joking with me, always be like making jokes about the fact that I stopped that one time. And I went to a practice in Fukuoka, and then for some reason, like the sensei that took me to that practice took me to this event where it was like this gala dinner celebration for the school where Seno went to. That apparently they won a tournament, they won this big event, and they were doing a celebration for their school. So I was there, pulled by this sensei, and I was there like on jeans and shirt. I just came out of practice. I only took a shower at the dojo, and then I got taken straight to there. And then everybody was like in suits and everything, and I was like there with jeans, and Teramoto Sensei was there. Like I recognized him from like across the room because he was so tall. He was taller than everybody, right? Like, and he was like dressed like James Bond. And then he turns around from across the room and he sees me and he starts laughing. He proceeds that night to tell everybody that I stopped on that practice. And then like he just kept like laughing and laughing. And the funny thing was, like, that sensei that brought me there, I think he brought me there kind of like as a talking point, whatever, because like he was introducing me to everybody and he wasn't very happy to introduce me. But it was so funny because I stopped on one practice. I would never, man, like, I don't know at this point if I would have preferred to puke or not. What would you have done? Would you have preferred to puke or to, just stop? Now, granted, from my Japanese, I guess he understood that I needed to stop. All I needed to do was just get air because I felt it coming. You know what I'm saying? So, granted, I got misunderstood and he told me to stop. He told me, I shouldn't keep going and blah, blah. It's like, so bad. So that's the one thing I think I will never forget. And after that, I was fine. Like, every practice after that, I never stopped. I was able to do all the kakarigeiko, everything. But that one practice, and he never let it go. And every time he saw me until the day I left, he just kept making fun of me because of that. But it was funny. I thought it was a funny story. So, like, I think he's a little bit of he's a funny guy like that, but hope you enjoyed that story. Putting myself out there, letting you know I almost puked at the dojo. I have plenty of embarrassing stories too from Japan. Not necessarily Kendo, like at the dojo moments, but Kendo related ones. This is another waza that I think is very effective on shiai. The menkashimen, especially when you have somebody that commits and you have the fluidity to go back. I think it's very good. Very good waza to put in your repertoire. He has so much power. I feel that anybody else would have not been able to get that ippon right there. Because he had to fight against the point in shiai, right? Oh my god, the chat disappeared. Hold on. Okay. Jan, you took away your message. What did you say? Did you send me something I shouldn't have read? Just kidding. You should have been laughed at either way. The jeans was just the cherry on the top for him to continue to make fun of you. Yeah, I mean, like that day on that gala, I felt so uncomfortable. Okay, guys, I'm gonna make a quick little pause on this one because I think they did this on purpose to put this collection of those right here. I'm going to say though, on that dinner, I got to meet so many people, and everybody for some reason wanted to take a picture with me. I think it's because I'm the only one with like curly hair, and like everybody was just like, "Oh, can we take a picture?" I felt like Mickey Mouse at Disney. It was crazy. But anyways, in this match, you can see that Teramoto Sensei does a lot of Yakudo, right? And I think in a way, he's trying to chip in to his mindset of bring your hands down. So, let's see. You see, he just every time he sees that, he just goes. And then he gets the man. I don't know if they did this for that purpose, but you gotta understand that when you do a lot of techniques into one spot, and you either almost get them or the opponent feels like he was getting them, even though the judge didn't give it, I think that starts messing up with your self-confidence, and then makes you compensate, giving you an opening for something else. So yeah, you said just not a lot of flags for the Yakudo. Yeah, I mean, like, I feel like a lot of them had good impact, but there were, I mean, some of them they were lacking a little bit of posture, but some of them look good to me. But again, I'm not at that level, so I think I'm not the one to ask for about that. Ooh, again, that almost like looked like that Kaeshi, that Katsugi motion. For someone this tall, he is very proficient with the kote, let me tell you. I believe that this is the Osaka Castle, right, Jan? I think you told me you practiced there. I don't know if anybody has practiced there, but that floor is so slippery. Yeah, Shudokan, there you go. I always forget the name. But yeah, that floor is so slippery, man. Like, I feel like I'm skating on ice every time I practice there. Also, in Kobe University, it was like that too. It was very slippery. Even being in Kamai, I felt like it was exhausting. His ability to control his arms, to make the motions, it's incredible, I think. This looked a little bit of that practice that we were watching from that previous video, right? Where he does the kote, and he does a little bit of footwork or a little bit of hold to get for that opening, you see? He goes, and then he goes for the man. I think that's a great practice. Something I kind of want to integrate on my own team. Okay, this man also has a little bit of a different flavor. I guess that would be a good word to say. Look how he goes. He brings his shiai around to create a little bit of more momentum to get the opponent's shiai out of the way. I think that's a great application. He really likes those Kaeshi Hiki men, huh? That looked close. He's so quick with those. And he hits with so much power. He really uses his whole body. I should have done it. It's crazy. Oh, against Jordan. He's able to create so much power with that Tenouchi. Sorry, guys. Okay, hold on. That one looked very interesting. How he got that one. So what is he doing here? So he. Wow. Okay. So look, he threatens the kote, and when he goes down, he even has the time to kind of like cover up his own kote and get him back with a Kaeshi man. That one was interesting. I wish I had like a side view of that one. The last one. What was that? Like a Suriage? Suriage man? Let's see. Oh, I don't think it was even like Suriage. I think the Yodan player just brought the Shinai down, and he was able just to like hit him with a Hiki man as he tried to come in. He just challenged that man straight on. Look. He anchored his left foot, and when the person just came in for closing the distance, he just came over and took it. That's just nuts. This is another one of those where he had a lot of like processing power in his computer. Look at the whole exchange. He closes the distance. He anchors the left leg as he raises the sword to the side. His opponent kind of like reacts by covering the man. So he goes back up. He goes for a kote that he misses. And then he aligns himself to hit the man when the opponent... Look, within this time right here, like right here, he's holding. When he sees the opponent has that intention to bring the hands down, he throws the hands in for that man. And of course, look at the power from the left leg. He literally just leaps into him, man. Oh, that's Kiwada now. I think that was Kiwada right there. Okay, so yeah, that was the last Ippon right there. Oh, what do you guys think about that transition? I know I need to fix the time, like the timing of it, because I think it's transitioning a little bit too quick, and then you can get to see the previous scene, but hopefully it doesn't make you as dizzy as the one that I had last week. So I worked on that one a little bit this week. just to make that happen. But let me see. You're saying that you wonder what Teramoto Sensei's personal training is like to get and understand all of those angles. Well, as I mentioned earlier, Kiwara Sensei mentioned that he would get a heavy shiai or heavy boken to practice continuous and different angle strikes. I don't know specifically how he was doing it, but that's how I was told he was doing. Like, that's what I was told he was doing. He was using a heavy shiai, so I'm guessing that he was using something like this, you know, to practice the motions. I personally, on my training, what I do is that I try to make the motions slow and then also fast. One way that I'm doing it right now, especially because, you know, training at home. I guess I'll show you. Okay, can you see me? I guess yes, you can see me. Let me make sure that I can see myself. Okay. So obviously I cannot. I mean, I guess I could, but I'm afraid of hitting the ceiling of my house. So I do it, you know, by being on my knees. And I'm sorry I have my watch right now. You know, like I wasn't expecting to do this, but what you want to do is you want to do the motions slow to whichever side, you know, like whichever combination you're practicing, and then kind of like do the same thing but regular speed. So combinations to learn how to do the angles. I would prefer to do it I would prefer to do it standing up and with footwork, but obviously I'm afraid of hitting the fan, which I had done. So with that, I do train it with the small shiai and the weight on it. But I also want to make sure that I train with a full length shiai, so I do those. You know, I exchange. I do both. So hopefully that answers your question on an idea that I may have how he did it. But specifically the training that he did, I wouldn't know. It will be interesting. One day, hopefully, I can maybe like do interviews like that, if they allow me to go back to Japan, because, you know, 2020 happened. But I think the first thing that we all need to do is to make sure that we train the angles slow, so we understand the motions, we understand the technique, and then we start implementing them to go faster. You were Pokemon. You were saying, does the small shiai messes up my balance? So let me tell you, if I have it like this, where it has no weight, it does feel awfully weird. So I don't like to practice too much with this like this without the weight, because it does feel really weird. When it comes for me to practice at home, I'm working not only like as a, you know, like as a workout where I want to make my muscles smooth, but I'm also trying to get the right motions on my hands. So with this alone, I can train that. I can train making sure that my hands work together to get it. Is it the same as wielding a regular size shiai? No, it's not, and that's why I, you know, complement it with a regular size shiai. But obviously, I'm working with the limitations I have, so I'm trying to make the best out of, you know, what we have. Ideally, and now where I'm living right now, I can use a regular boken and feel okay. If I'm doing like big motions, which I like to do like at the beginning, where I like to like overextend the range of motion and then do it slowly to come down. So that I don't even feel comfortable doing here with a boken. My problem with using a boken and a shiai indoors right now, it's that you can't see it with this camera, but there is a fan right there, and I have hit it already doing practice where, you know, I was trying to do maybe like kotemen do, whatever, and I as I was doing it, at one point I actually did hit it, so I kind of don't want to have to pay for, like, you lose my deposit on my apartment. So that's why I'm training with this. So with this, I feel confident on doing continuous waza and without having to worry, because that's another thing. I want to be able to concentrate on what I'm doing rather than what's around me or whatever. So yes, it does feel different. It is something that I want to make sure that you know, because I don't want you to create bad habits. And I think the solution for the time being while practicing at home is to also supplement it with a regular practice with a regular shiai. I normally do it like that, how I just show you on my knees, because I want to make sure that I keep my core engaged. So I try to, let me just go on my side. I try to keep my core engaged as I am doing my motions, instead of going down on seisa where like I may like slouch or like overcompensate. So I feel like I get a little bit more core activation, if that's the right word, during doing it like that. That's personally what I'm doing. If you have something different, please let me know, because we would like to share that. So in the sense, Pokemon, you're saying in the sense of having the shiai having different balance. I mean, yeah, it does. It does feel different. I don't think it messes me up, especially when I have the weight. I feel like I'm okay with that. And I think the reason why it doesn't mess me up is because I have a lot of experience with the shiai. So I know how long my shiai is. So I think that's already ingrained in my system. I can see how it could be a little bit difficult, but I don't think for a beginner, I don't think there's going to be that much of a problem if the beginner is using a regular shiai as well, and understanding that you are using this to supplement your regular training. Again, if you have the possibility, use a regular size shiai or a bokken. I think that's the ideal. But if you don't live in a spot where you can actually do that, then definitely having a small shiai, it's the way to go. And that's one of the reasons why I said, in my giveaway, I'm not giving a shiai just to anybody. I'm gonna give a shiai to whoever will want one, because it will be useful for them. Not everybody needs a small shiai. You know, like, and if for example, if you have, there's a gym here where I live, where I can go out and practice. But where I was living before, there was no way for me to actually get consistent practice without having a small shiai, because I was trying it, I was practicing it, and I actually developed a bad habit of like coiling my right arm because I was trying to avoid to hit the ceiling. So that's just my take on it. That's just why, you know, my experience through this whole 2020. And I'm going to say, although I hate this whole situation, although I hate everything that we're going through, it has kind of shown me that we have to have our own curriculum to study at home, our own pattern, our own system to keep improving at home. I know, especially with the beginners, and I'm seeing it more and more now that I have students that I want them to get better, is that you have to have something to study at home, and in a way that's going to make a difference for you, that you're gonna feel that you are getting better. Because if you're just doing it, there's no difference on doing it that and just going out for a run, right? And maybe the student will feel that they're gonna get more out of going out for a run than doing suburi. So right now what I'm doing is I'm making sure that my students know, hey, listen, I need you to go home and do this. I need you to try to do your footwork and suburi, and this is why you need to do it. It's not just, don't just focus on, okay, I need to do 100 suburi because I need my muscles to be able to do 100 suburi. No, you need to be able to do 100 suburi, but you should be able to do 100 suburi correctly. So that's the goal. I always try to make it like that, and I always give them one thing to start working on myself. When I'm doing the different types of suburi, I work myself one element at a time. So if I'm working on tenouchi, that's one. If I'm working on my left leg, that's another one. Maybe my right leg, maybe my pushing back, maybe my toes. So I always try to stay focused on one thing. And I think for me, making like sets where I have to focus on one thing on each set makes it more engaging, more entertaining, and I feel that I'm getting something at the end of that practice. And now that I'm going back to practice, it's keeping me focused on I am doing one thing as I'm practicing my kihon. For example, I'm working on my kiai as I'm working on my kihon, so I try to stay focused. One round on my keiko, not my keiko, my kihon, I work on my kiai. I work on my fumikomi. I work on my tenouchi. So instead of saying, okay, I just want to be better, because that at the end of the day kind of transfers into what does that mean? Like, what does being better means? Being better means. Does that make sense? Or am I making stuff up? Call me out on my stuff and making things up, please. But yeah, I think that so far has been the thing that has given me the most success, like personally lately. I want to keep working on different things, and today I really wanted to share with you, for example, the whole thing with like the different types of floor and turfs, because I do want people to stay motivated to keep doing Kendo. I want more people to do Kendo. I think I said it like last stream or the stream before. I hope one day somebody comes to me and tells me, hey, listen, I started Kendo because I saw one of your videos and I found it interesting, and they started doing Kendo. Because listen, even if they don't, whatever their goal in Kendo is, I don't care. It's just the fact that we're getting more people doing Kendo. That's what I want. I want people. I have friends that have talked to me, not recently, but like maybe like a few months ago, telling me that they were kind of like hesitant or afraid of going back to Kendo because they feel that they lost so much condition, and they kind of feel bad about going back to the Kendo. And that's one of the things that I kind of want to just try for people to avoid. I know a lot of people, when they try to go to the gym, you know, they feel self-conscious because other people are doing better or whatever. In the dojo, I mean, even in the gym, nobody's like paying attention to you. Like, we all working on ourselves. It's not a competition with somebody else. When we go compete, that's a competition. But at the dojo, we are trying to be better ourselves. So if I can help somebody to just get into that state of mind, I'll be happy. So my thing right now, it's that how can we get more people involved, more people training? And I don't know if anybody here was in my first few streams, which I think I started like August. My very first stream was about masks. What can we do to actually start training? When this whole thing started, one thing that I was trying to get to, you know, like my dojo to do and people to do, it's like get a body system, right? Like practice, have one person to practice that will be the person you practice with for maybe like a month or two, and then maybe you rotate, so that way, you know, we wouldn't be exposed to like so many different people or whatever. We can at least get a little bit of practice, each of us, and start getting that training. It didn't happen, obviously, like, I mean, but it was an idea, and that's the goal. That's the whole point that I'm trying to make with this. How can we get more practice? How can we get more people to do Kendo? So yeah. Jan, you said they should then come by just for the second dojo? What do you mean? Like here or like in regular practice? I mean, would this be second dojo? I think this will be more like third or fourth dojo. Ooh, Pokemon, you asking what is second dojo? Is that the question? Wait, Pokemon. Wait. Elaborate on your question before Jan gets upset. Because I think Jan is going to take it too hard. I'm pretty sure Jan right now, it doesn't know if he's laughing or he is sad. But before anything, I guess I'll put it out there. Pokemon, I am going to say that we have this tradition. I guess it's not. It's like an unwritten tradition or unwritten rule, where after the dojo, we go spend time together with some beverages, and we talk about kendo. We talk about pretty much what we're doing here, but you know, at a restaurant, at a nice place. You know, we just spend some time together, and yeah, and so that's what we do. So a lot of restaurants that are close to the dojos normally tend to run out of beer pretty quick whenever kendo events are going on, because yes, we that's kind of a little bit of a, that's what we call second dojo. Yeah, okay, cool. So I don't know, obviously I don't know your situation when it comes to like where you practice or whatever, but whenever you go with your mates after practice to spend some quality time, talk about kendo, that we call the second dojo, and it's meant to be as a moment of self reflection, a moment to ask questions, or a moment just to spend a good time, to just make sure that there's no animosity between your peers at the dojo. Supposed to be a happy place. So that's a little bit of what we do. And I think it does show a lot of the essence of kendo. I'm sure that other martial arts do it as well, but in every martial art that I practice, I don't think that culture was as strong as it is in kendo. Well, we can go. Well, I think legislation is the obstacle to go to second dojo, man. Because I think a lot of people will go to second dojo without going to first dojo in the first place. Yeah, I seen it. I gone to the second dojo, and then people that didn't show up to the first dojo were there. So I don't know. I would say that actually has happened a couple times, especially when I go on a trip, when I go to a place where I have bigger dojos than where I'm at. I've seen that happen a lot. No, Pokemon, no, you're welcome, man. Like as long as we're sharing good quality kendo stuff here, I'm happy. Hopefully we can get back to second dojo soon, man, because I do miss it. Guys, remember that if anybody has any dojo contacts, anything, I'm trying to make a list on the Discord of the dojos that may be open, or maybe having the connection for the person that we should be contacting at each dojo if we are trying to figure out if the dojo is open. If you have any requirements or regulation for your dojo in order to join, for somebody to visit to join practice, like if they need to be vaccinated or whatever, yeah, please send them my way. You can hop into the Discord server. The comment is pinned at the, I think you should be able to see it at the top, and you can just stop by and share that with me, or if you want to read that information, it should be there soon. Yeah, and you're saying that that's totally fine. You did that too when you had to work long. Okay, so you will go to second dojo without going to first dojo, huh? You're one of those. Yeah, but you're happy to see friends, and spend some time with them. And that's the point of second dojo. It's like Mitori Geiko, right? Like we can still learn without doing kendo. We can still learn. I mean, I feel like I'm learning just by having this time with you guys, because today I learned the whole thing about the floor. I'm gonna research it just to see weight and cost of something like that, because I think it will be a viable temporary solution. I think it will be a viable temporary solution for the moment that we're facing, but I think it will also be a good element to do like demonstrations for kendo, and just to bring in people you know, like to recruit people if you go to a park or something like that, to have to give that experience to kids and so on, in order to get them to know what Kendo is. I think that will be a good thing to add to our repertoire. So Pokemon, you're saying that the pin comment did work. So do you have to, because what I'm seeing in my screen, I see it permanently at the top. When you see it, do you see that comment? You have to go somewhere, or is it there in your screen? Just out of curiosity, because I would like to know. That's just for you know, curiosity. Guys, I wanna say, if you have any suggestions for yeah, Jan, I'm about to call Anaya as well. If you have any suggestions for any videos, and well, if you have to go, have a good one, man. Thank you very much for stopping by. Really appreciate it. Pokemon, thank you. Shows permanently on the top. That's awesome. Guys, I want to remind everybody that if you would like to get practice Shiai and you haven't done already, subscribe to the channel and comment in any of my videos that you want to Shiai. On Friday or Thursday, I haven't decided yet because I need to check my schedule. Friday or Thursday, I'll be making live 2 of them, so you can pass by, and you know, you can give me any suggestions how you want to make, or you know, like anything about it. And then there, I will choose who will get the 2 Shinais. I'll be posting a video this week about making one of them that I'll probably do right now. That's how I have it set up right now, just to do that. So stay tuned with that. Thank you very much for everybody that's been subscribed and helping me get to 1,000. I am still like in shock. I wasn't expecting to make it this quick. I was thinking I was gonna take me like at least 2 more weeks. So I had to shift some of the videos that I had planned. But that being said, if you have any suggestions or any videos that you would like me to make, movies, reviews, Kendo, I don't know, please let me know. And let me know if you have any suggestions for making my videos better. I want to make sure that people are watching the videos and enjoying the videos. So if you have any suggestions, please let me know. I am very close to getting this channel unlocking all the features when it comes to streaming through my phone, even the monetization and all the stuff. Nothing will change for you because, for what I understand, you're already watching ads. So I am not going to do anything different when it comes to that. But I would like to have the ability to stream through my phone. So for that, I do need a little bit more of watch time. So if anybody knows any way or any suggestions for me to make my videos a little bit more interesting, or if you want to go and watch some of my old videos and just give me some feedback, I will really appreciate it. Again, thank you very much for helping me get to 1,000. Guys, I think for today, I think we're done. If you have any suggestions for videos you would like me to review or that we like to watch during the stream for next week, please let me know. Before you go, if you haven't already, please hit the like button. See if I can get the video of the stream pushed out to more people and we get a couple more people to join in. But thank you very much for passing by. I really enjoyed the streams. I am very grateful to have you here. Hopefully I get to see you on Thursday or Friday, and if not, on Sunday. So guys, please have a good rest of your week, and overall, stay safe.